Inspired by my love of Korean barbecue, I give you the K-pop burger. Let's get going. So a few weeks ago, I was contacted by a very small little startup company called K-pop, and they asked if I wanted to try their sauce. The magic words came out Korean and also gochujang. I love Korean barbecue. I was talking to the guy, and turns out that he's Korean American, young guy, and I guess when he was in college, his grandmother was making this sauce for him, kind of just give him a little taste of home when he was living away from home. And all of his non-Korean friends just fell in love with the sauce. They were using it on hamburgers, hot dogs, you name it. And so, bing, little light went on, and he decided to start a company. So here it is, K-pop. It is really, really good stuff. And it has a gochujang kind of a base, but then it has a bunch of other ingredients. And after going through a whole bottle of this stuff, I decided I'm gonna make them a video. The wheel started turning, and I was literally putting on everything, chicken, burgers, and I didn't put any hot dogs, but I was using a lot of this stuff. So it's my pleasure to make them a video. So the first thing we are going to do is grind the meat for the patties, and I'm using the word plural, patties. The main patty on this burger is going to be beef short rib. The Korean barbecue is really big on beef short rib. Check this stuff out. This is just gorgeous. It's cut right off the bone. Hold your ears. I'm going to cover this meat with plastic, get it in the refrigerator, let it chill just a bit. Let's grind that pork up. So the beef patty I'm making out of that ground short rib is going to be grilled over an open grate with some lump charcoal. I'm going to top this, instead of bacon, I'm going to make a really, really thin pork patty that I'm going to smash. It's going to be crispy and nice. And I have some just gorgeous pork belly here that I've chunked into cubes. Cover this with plastic, put it in the fridge. Now we're going to make some of the toppings that we're going to garnish this burger with. So I'm going to use this K-pop sauce in two ways. I'm going to make kind of a mayo with it, mix it with some mayo, and I'm going to use it straight. And for those of you who don't know what gochujang is, it's a Korean hot chili paste, and it's pretty thick stuff. This, again, it has a bunch of other ingredients in it, but it's pretty fluid. I mean, it's got the consistency of probably like a barbecue sauce or ketchup. Maybe a little thinner than ketchup. We're going to use kind of an Asian style, like a Japanese style mayo. This is Kewpie, and this stuff is good. And this is made with 100% egg yolk, so it's not whole egg. You can see it's got a slightly, yellowish color. Then we'll add this sauce. And that's enough. Again, I'm also going to be using this straight. And there we are. It's got a pretty cool color. Let's try this out. And that's what I want. I've got that heat of that gochujang paste coming through, but it's kind of tamed and made a little bit, I guess, more savory with the mayo. Good stuff. Refrigerator. Let's move on to the next topping for this burger. It's time to bring on the funk now to this burger. I have here some kimchi, chopped it up a little bit more than it was in the jar. For those of you who don't know what kimchi is, it's basically fermented, in this case, Napa cabbage, and it has some pretty spicy chili going on here. And again, it has a funk, but it also really enhances flavors of food. I've never had any Korean meal that didn't come with a side of various types of kimchi. We're going to tone it down just a little bit, kind of reduce the funk. And I have here some fresh Napa cabbage, and I'm just going to take a really fine slice here. We're going to add this to the bowl. And for this video, one burger, so I'm measuring my proportions accordingly here. Sometimes you go a little bit overboard. So Go ahead and add this. And I'm just going to go with the old meat hook here. Just want to make sure that I'm coating all of this fresh cabbage with the funkiness that's on this kimchi. There we go. I think that's going to be good. Refrigerator. Before we get outside and start cooking, I wanted to show you a couple other things that I'm doing with this burger. I went ahead and chopped up one of these. This is a Korean chili pepper. And it has a nice warm feeling. It's definitely not what I'd consider hot. But what I'm going to do with this is, again, these are really thinly sliced. That pork patty that I'm going to cook up is going to be really thin. It's going to cook up really fast. I'm going to mix this up with the pork meat. Now I have this. It's a Korean, I'm going to mispronounce this name, Shingo pear, Asian pear, but so good. Very, very crisp. I mean, like an apple. It has a really nice sweet flavor. There's a lot of spice that's going on in this burger. I mean, there's this pretty light spice. This has a nice heat to it. The mayo mixed with this is going to have a lighter heat. And then that kimchi is going to have some spice. So where I'm going with the pear is I want to add some sweet. I also want to add some crisp texture. It doesn't have onion or anything on it. So this is going to cover that. It's going to kind of balance the flavors out, but also give it that crunch that I like on a burger. I need to get the grill set up, so I'll meet you guys outside. So as I mentioned inside, I'm using the Ballistic griddle today, along with the open cast iron grate. First thing I'm going to do is get that ground pork belly on. We're using the Craycore. This is the Ballistic burger smasher, but this is the real thin one. This makes a really thin burger. A little off with the smash, but that's fine. We can fix that. Doesn't need a lot of seasoning, but I am going to hit just a little bit of salt, just a little bit. Now we'll get that beef patty on. Again, open grate, mesquite, lump charcoal, a little kosher salt. A little bit more salt. I have a little cooler zone right here if I do feel the need to move this burger out of the way. Have some hamburger buns here. This is a cooler side of the grate. I'm just going to toast these up. Get this burger flipped. Get this pork flipped. Looking good. Nice toast here. That's what I'm looking for. This burger's looking good. Let's build this K-pop. First thing I'm going to do is put down some more of that Japanese style mayo. Then we'll lay down that patty. Ground pork belly seared off with the chilies in there. Now we're going to hit it with some of this straight K-pop. Now some of that kimchi mixture, some of that Asian pear, the K-pop sauce cut with the mayo, and this is really good. There we go. The K-pop burger. Go ahead and give this a slice. A lot of goodness going in there. Let's give this a try. Everything's playing out exactly how I wanted it to. Very happy with this burger. The sauce, this K-pop sauce, I mean, it's a nice warmth around the mouth, but again, it that painful burn. It's a very tolerable burn. Cutting it with the mayo, again, just added an extra layer, kind of a little mellowed out. And it's between that kimchi, or it's after the kimchi and the pear, that Asian pear, which, again, that pear, I'm glad I did it because it's a cooling kind of a sensation, but it also adds a nice crisp and a little bit of sweet. I think it really balances out this burger. That crisp ground pork belly, I'll be doing that definitely in the future. It's, wow, just a nice pork cracker of crispy goodness. I mean, you get that caramely, fatty flavor, but again, and it adds a little texture. You get that nice crunch. And I'm really glad, actually, initially when I was kind of thinking of conceiving this burger, I was going to put the mayo mixture on the bottom bun as well. And I literally came up with the mayo idea, just the straight Japanese mayo on the bottom bun today. So I'm really happy I did that. Again, it's just one more layer that really enhances this burger. The kimchi, again, guys, it's got a funk, but in this burger there's zero funk. It just is nice enhancing flavor. And cutting it with that, just the fresh Napa cabbage, it tames it a lot. But you have to have it with a Korean anything. Very happy with this. This is a good sauce. And again, I was happy to do this video for these guys. I hope they succeed. I'm sure they will. I'll have a link to K-pop down below in the, what do they call it now? See More box, whatever. You click on it, it expands. I'll have the link to their company if you want to buy any of the stuff from down below. I'll be using it again. It's really good. I'm serious when I say that. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Keep those suggestions coming. I really appreciate it. See you on the next video. Cheers.